My name is Subedodre J, IT support for ATU Library, and welcome once again to the ATU Library tutorial series. And the topic for today is ATU Library OPAC. Basically, we are going to walk you through how you can use the library OPAC and what actually is OPAC all about. Now, ATU OPAC, Online Public Access Catalog. The online catalog is a specialized database that lists books, videos, sound recordings, and other media formats that is available in the library. Now, apart from the listing of these books, the videos, sound recordings, and other media formats, the OPAC or the online catalog provides location of each item, its call number, the floor where it is shelved, and its availability. Now, when you visit the library, or the library that we have on campus in Accra Technical University, and we have the OPAC stand available in all these libraries. So that is what you see over here. This is the OPAC stand. When you come to the library, you can visit the stand. You can do your search using this computer that you see over here, and that search will help you to locate a particular book on the shelf. All right. So you have to visit this particular website, that is the opac.atu.edu.gh, and this website will directly or will bring you to our online public access catalog, that is the ATU OPAC. That is the interface that you see when you type this URL in your web browser. Now, looking at this interface, we want to center or we want to focus more on the search field, and it has been grouped into 3 categories. The first one, that is, you have to specify your item information, and your item information consists of the title, the author, the subject, the ISBN, the ISSN series, among others. So if you want to type a particular book information, you can select the title before you proceed to type the title of that particular book. You can decide to not do any of this, and you can go ahead and type the author of that particular book or the title of that particular book in this particular search field. Now, when you are done, you can also proceed to select the library that you think that the book might be searching. So assuming you are searching for a particular business book, you can select on the School of Applied Science and Engineering library, that is for engineering. So if for a business book, you can select the School of Business and Management library. So if you are selecting a particular book relating to applied science and engineering, you can select the School of Applied Science and Engineering library. And we also have the ACIM library. You can decide to omit this. You can decide to leave the search field to all libraries. And when you are done, you can click on Go. Now, there are other features or there are other functionality that you can perform when you visit the OPAC. But however, you have to be an authenticated user. And before you do that, you have to log in to perform all these features or all these functionality. Now, so we move on to our next section. So in our previous section, maybe the student typed in chemistry in our search field. And these are the results that you see over here. So this is the search item, that is the chemistry. We have the advanced search. The user can click on the advanced search to perform more queries. And in our next slide, we will walk you through how the advanced search looks like. The students select the School of Applied Science and finally hit on Go. So this is the information that we see over here. We have 236 results, and we have some information provided for this particular book. We have general chemistry, and in our next slide, we will walk you through all these information, the meanings of some of the information over here. So we have placeholder, we have after which you need a username and password before you can perform this function. So this is the interface for the advanced search. And the stage 1, when you click on the advanced search, this is what you see. Stage 1, you select any of the keywords. So you can select title, and you can move to the next end, and you can select the author. So when you select title, you type the title over here. The next end, which is the author, is you type the author of the book that you are searching for. So actually, what you see over here is what we call the we are combining other things. So it can be called the Boolean search. So with the first one, without clicking on the advanced search, you can only enter just one information, that is the title of the book. But with the advanced search, you can combine two information together. That is the title of the book together with the author. Now you proceed to the next stage, that is after you type in your information based on your keyword, that is the stage 2. Now, when you are done with this, you can go ahead and click on search, or better still, you can also click on more options for the system to give you more advanced options in order to get your information accurately. Now, you can, before you click on the search, you can also do more on the particular information you want the system to provide. By doing so, we have the date range, so you can specify 2010 to 2021 or 2020 to 2021, any year range you can have over here. Now you can also decide to give your language type. Now you can also select the library. All these are optional. You can also select the relevance, that in ascending order or descending order, or you want the most current ones to come preceded by the old ones. Now, when you are done with all these, you can go ahead and click on search. Now, if it's a book that you are searching for, you can go ahead and click on ATU book. If you think it's any other material that you are not sure of, you can select all of these. But if you think it's strictly a book, you can click on ATU book. When you are done with all these, you go on and you click on your search. All right, so this section gives out features of a particular book that is being searched. So we have this book, that is the organic chemistry, that is the title of the book. So I'm taking you through the information that is being given after the OPAC presents your search result. So we have the title of the book, followed by the author or the authors of the book. Then we have the edition of the book. And in every result given by the OPAC, the system will tell you whether that book is available to be borrowed. So we have items available for loan. The system will also tell you where that particular book is located, whether is it in a business and management library, or the applied science library, or the ASIM library. So we have the current library holding the book, and this one can be found at the School of Applied Science and Engineering library. And also we have the classification number, which is the unique identity of each book on the shelf. Now, how do I get a search book to read on campus or in the library? So you walk into the library, and maybe you are using the OPAC stand, or you are using your PDA. Quickly, you are able to find a particular book which interests you the most, and you want to go for the book. But however, going to get a book on a shelf will be quite tedious for you. So you want the library assistant to do so for you. Now, what information must you provide to the library assistant so that the library assistant can get the book for you after your search using the OPAC stand or using your PDE? Now you have to submit the title of the book and the author. That is the first option. You can do that, or you can also provide a classification number that is provided after the search results. So the classification number of that particular book, you can also provide that information to the library assistant. Now, the library assistant, with any of these information given, that is the title of the book and the authors, or the classification number, will get you the book from the shelf. Now, note that books found on the OPAC are not downloadable. Now, how do I get the search book to read when I'm not on campus, but rather off campus? So maybe you are in the house and you search for a particular book, and you want to quickly rush to the library to get that particular book to read. So when you are in the house, after searching that particular book using your PDA, meaning your phone or your tablet or whatever you have, and make sure that you pen down this information, that is the title of the book and the authors, or you get a classification number of that particular book. Quickly rush to the library, provide any of this information to the library assistant at the front desk. The library assistant will use this information to get you the book on the shelf. Now, how do I borrow a search book to read? So you are not on campus, and you are outside campus, that is the off campus, and you want to borrow a particular book. Now, note that any library user, a patron, before you can borrow a book, must be an authenticated user. So once you're an authenticated user, you have to log in using your OPAC username and password. If you don't have one, you visit the library to get one. Students must come with their student ID or send a mail to the university library at atu.edu.gh to request that you want to be registered on the OPAC or to have an OPAC username and password. Then faculty members can use their corporate email or through their HODs to request for a username and password. Now, when you log in using your OPAC username and password, you can proceed. You can search the book item using the search bar, and you can search by the title of the book, author, the ISBN, or any other keyword. Now, when the information is being provided, you go on to place hold on that particular book. So this time around, you are not in the library, you are in your house, you are in your office, and you want to tell the library that, hey, I found this book on the OPAC, and I will come to the library to borrow this particular book. And the name for that is placing hold on that particular book. So you are telling the library that we should reserve this particular book for you, so that when you come the next day, they can make the book available to you so that you can take it home. Now, if the book is not yet issued out, the system will indicate that. But if the book is still available for loan to, the system will also do that from the search results. Now, how do I borrow a search book to read off campus? So we continue. So after you've hit on the place hold, you have to confirm hold on that particular book, and note that books on hold cannot exceed 24 hours. So the moment you've done that, you have to quickly rush to the library and get that particular book. Now visit the library to be checked out after 24 hours of placing hold. Now note that books borrowed must be returned before exactly the given time. Any delays in its return attract a penalty. Terms and conditions apply. Now, this interface shows how you can confirm hold after clicking the place hold. So if you're logged in as an authenticated user, the system automatically identify your name. So if I log in and I want to place hold, after clicking the place hold, before I want to confirm my hold, the system brings out my name. So Mr. Obede, your full name, and you want to place hold on this particular book, General Chemistry for Engineers. So that is the title of the book. Now pick up location. So by default, the system will indicate where that particular book is sitting. So with this one, it's sitting in the School of Applied Science and Engineering Library. But maybe you think that you want to select a particular library that you think the book is sitting. Well, the system will give you a chance, but make sure that you are selecting the library that has that particular book. So select the library where that book is sitting correctly. This information is among other information shown after the search. When you are done, you go on and click on confirm hold. Now, how do I borrow a search book to read on campus? So this time around, you are in the library. Maybe you found a particular book on a shelf and you want to take this book to the house because you cannot sit in the library to read all the chapters. You want to take it home for maybe 1 week, for maybe 2 weeks, for 3 days after you return it to the library. So you can visit any of the libraries on campus. Maybe you use the OPAC stand to search for the book, or you use your PDA to search for the book. You can quickly provide this information to the library assistant. Now, the library assistant will check out the book in your name. But before the library assistant will check out the book in your name, you have to be an authenticated user. So if you don't check the book using the OPAC stand, maybe you found a book on a shelf, you can send a book to the library assistant available at that time, and that person will also follow all the necessary steps. By the library assistant will log in and also go ahead and check out that particular book in your name. Now, how do I return a search book after reading? So whenever a book is being given to you, or whenever you borrow a book from the library, we call it check out. But when you are bringing the book or when you are returning the book, we call it check in. So how do you return a book after borrowing, or how do you want the library to check you in? So visit the exact library where the book was taken from. Then you give the book to the library assistant available at that moment. That library assistant will check you in and will do that in your name. Now, note that patrons or library users are entreated to log in into their account to confirm if the library assistant has checked them in upon returning the borrowed book. So when you are checked out and you log in, the system will show you the number of books that have been checked out in your name. And when you return a book and you are checked in, the system will also, after logging in, the system will also inform you that these books are no longer in your custody, but it has been returned to the library. Now, kindly visit the library for you to be authenticated and to have username and password so that you can enjoy all the goodies or the functionalities that the online public access catalog has for you. And with a username and password, you can place hold on any of our books. Thank you once again. Subscribe to our channel at ATU Library. In our next series, or in our next tutorial series, we will walk you through the practical section, how to visit our website and how to navigate through all this search and how to perform numerous functions with ease.